Hey, roommate teen, it's Ms. Cortez, and we are going to be redesigning or redoing our imaginative narratives. Now, you're probably wondering why we're going to start over again. Well, it's because it's been a while since we did this, and we left off right in the middle, right before you guys had to leave, and we all had to just learn from home. So I think it would be good to restart this over again so you can refresh your brains. All right, so our goal today is after we pick our national park, that will be our setting of our imaginative narrative, we're going to include some of the discoveries that we would find there. And we're going to use plenty of what? Plenty of describing words. Now, I know you probably still have your circle maps in the writing part of your binder, which is awesome. So if you still have it, please go ahead and just type your work in. But remember to double tap this before. Okay, so double tap, then you could go ahead and type in your details. Okay. If you just tap once, nothing will happen. And if for some reason you accidentally make a mistake and delete it, remember you can always press this magic undo button right here. So remember to double tap and then type your details in. All right, for those of us that do not have our circle map, or we would just like to refresh our brains and do this over again in order to create the best writing we possibly can, stick with me. Okay, first things first, please don't forget to type in your heading. All right, 3, 22, 20. All right, here we go. All right, National Geographic Kids National Parks website, located on Schoology for you. And I remember that we decided to choose Yellowstone National Park as my example. You still had the choice to choose any other national park that interested you. I know a lot of you chose Yosemite, and some of you even chose Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. All right, but I remember you guys got really excited about this one. All right, so remember, we started browsing through the text, browsing through the pictures to find what kind of discoveries we would make at any of these national parks. All right, so if we look at this picture, we could check out this caption that describes it, this awesome text feature. And it says that this is the Grand Prismatic Spring, and it's Yellowstone's largest hot spring. So what can we find as a discovery in Yellowstone? A hot spring. Now let's describe it. What does it look like to you? Okay, to me, it looks steamy. So I'm going to use steamy as my adjective. Then I go back to my circle map, scroll down so I can see it, double tap. Do not forget to double tap, please. I'm going to go ahead and type steamy hot springs. Save and close. Go back. Keep on exploring. What other discoveries would I find? Ooh, do y'all remember this picture? Okay, we could read the caption again. The Grand Canyon of Yellowstone is a popular hiking area in the park. And I remember when we looked at this picture, you all specifically pointed out the river here. And how do we describe it? The winding, rushing river. Going back, double tapping, going here, the winding, rushing river. Maybe since it's Yellowstone and it's in a state like Wyoming, it could be a cold rushing river, a freezing rushing river, whatever describing words you want to put for your own writing. Now, when I go back, now let's go ahead and look at the actual text. What are some discoveries we could find from the text? I'm browsing, I'm looking. Ooh, canyons, geysers, bubbling mud pools. That's an awesome describing word right there. Bubbling mud pools. I'm going to go ahead and put that down straight from the text. Double tap. Bubbling mud pools. Save and close, going back. All right, this part stands out to me too. The area is home to bears, bison, wolves, and ravens. All right, so I remember we wrote down a detail about the wolves. Do you all remember how we described them? Okay, I'm going to type down, I think we said fierce wolves with gray fur. Yes. Okay, I'm going to leave this one more. Okay, so a lot of people go hiking in these beautiful national parks. So maybe we could go ahead and talk about the hiking trails there. Picture yourself on a hiking trail in Yellowstone, especially thinking about this picture again. What would the hiking trail look like? Oh, yes, I remember. Hiking trails that lead to beautiful waterfalls. Yes. Let's go ahead and type that down. Hiking trails that lead to beautiful waterfalls. Save and close. All right. Okay, so remember, this is when you know that you are successful in your circle map. If you can complete this sentence frame. A discovery that I made in Yellowstone, Yellowstone National Park. A discovery that I made in Yellowstone National Park were steamy hot springs. A discovery that I made in Yellowstone National Park were fierce wolves with gray fur. A discovery that I made in Yellowstone National Park were hiking trails that lead to beautiful waterfalls. Now, what I remember, last thing, you guys, what I remember was when we were doing this, some of you were writing down facts. That would definitely be more for an informative writing rather than an imaginative narrative. Like, for example, right here, a discovery that I made in Yellowstone National Park was in 1871, the US government sent geologist Ferdinand Hayden to explore the terrain. Does that sound like something you would discover? So remember, if it doesn't make sense, redesign. Look for a discovery that you would make on your trip to the national park that you chose. Okay, can't wait to see what you all come up with and miss you all.